Hello everybody, my name is Cabi and I want to make a tutorial about my double dagger alley because I got asked quite often now about my armor, about the utilities, trade setup, everything. Even though I linked the build in the description under every video, I get those questions, so I thought I would make a video about it, explaining it to you guys, showing you some combos, showing you some trades, explaining you why I'm using this, and yeah, let's get right into it. So here we are standing in World WvW, and I want to start off with showing you my trade setup. The trades I'm using is 0, 2, 0, 6 and 6. Why are we going 6 in Arcana? Now, the first minor trade point is gain fury when you switch attunements. As an ally, you always switch attunements, non-stop. We have recharge reduced by 30%, means we can switch more often, means we already have constant fury because of that. The first main trait is the second one, that is gaining vigor when you deliver a critical hit. That means if you crit, you gain more endurance all the time. And since we already have 30% up, 30% critical chance up, and because of the fury thing, we go up to 50%. Means every second hit is a critical one. So that means we have pretty much permanent vigor. That is a big advantage. So the next minor trait is that your elemental attunement lasts longer after you swap to another one. That is, for example, if you're casting, let's say, this, and you want to clear Condi, and you can already swap to water, and it doesn't cancel the cast. So that's pretty much it. You can do nice combos with that, but I'm talking about that later. So the next one is getting a boon every time you swap to an attunement. So as I already told you, you always swap the attunement, and that means you get a boon for every single one. You gain might for swapping to fire, you gain regeneration from swapping to water, and you gain swiftness from swapping to air. That is good for mobility, of course, and you want to have that as a WvW-Roamer. You want to be fast, you want to have perma swiftness up. And last is earth attunement, you get protection. That is pretty good because incoming damage reduced by 33% for 6.5 seconds actually. So if you expect a big burst coming at you, you swap to earth attunement and you might survive that because of protection. So the next minor trait is not that good. It's good to weaken foes if you get a critical hit. It's like a 10% chance to get a condition on your enemy based on your attunement, what you're on, and that is also if you just swapped from water to fire, it lasts for 5 more seconds. Means you're already able to trigger the vulnerability and the burning, and that is like this synergy between those two minor skills, for example. So the last Grandmaster trait now in this Arcana line is Evasive Arcana. And that means you create a spell based on your attunement if you dodge roll. Now, this only works in combat, but if you dodge roll on fire, you create a Flame Burst. If you dodge on water, you create Cleansing Wave, what is basically this skill. If you dodge on air, you blind them, and if you dodge on earth, you make a blast finisher. What is kind of this one, but more not that strong. It's like a weaker one, but it's also a blast finisher. And that is the main thing about this Grandmaster trait. Now we go also 10 in water magic. The first minor trait is you regenerate health while you are in water attunement, and that is pretty much about 100 HP per second. That is also if you swapped back from water to something else. This is what I'm talking about. You already have this. You still have this water attunement, means you regenerate health 5 seconds longer. And the first trait we are using here is Cantrip Mastery. Since we're going triple cantrip most of the time, this is a huge advantage there. Getting all of those reduced, cooldowns reduced. So the next minor trait is heal nearby allies when attuning to water. That means in combat you see, okay, my HP are getting low, I swap to water. Means 1.69 healing, just because of that minor trait. So the master trait we use here is remove a condition from you and your allies when you're tuning to water. So we are solo roaming or group roaming. This is really good. So people are telling you, okay, I got a condition, I got this condition, cleans it, and or you got a condition, you swap to water, and you clean it. So the minor trait here is an offensive one. Since as an ally you always have so many boons up, you pretty much have 4 to 5 or 6 boons all of the time. So you get 5 to 6% extra damage from them. So the Grandmaster trait here is remove a condition when granting regeneration to yourself or an ally. So since we had the minor trait that this one, Elemental Attunement, we get a boon for me and my nearby allies when attuning to an element. That means if we swap to water, this grants me and my allies regeneration, means it cures a condition. So now if you add those two, if you only swap to water, and what you can do every 10 seconds because of the 30% recharge reduce, you have 2 Condi cleans every 10 seconds, and that is strong. And in addition to that, you have Cleansing Wave, what is a 3rd Condi clean, and you have the spell that you cast at the end of your dodge roll. That means if you dodge on water attunement, you do another Cleansing Wave, means it's a 4th Condi cleans. So you overall have 4 Condi cleans there, what is very, very strong. Now what many people like to do is use Shooting Disruption instead of the Condi cleans by swapping to water. That does grant you regeneration and vigor every time you use your cantrip. Since you're running triple cantrip, not that bad idea. But I personally tried it, and I don't really like using that because you remove a condition when granting regeneration to yourself or an ally. You get regeneration by using a cantrip. So I always, in a combat, I saw a condition and I wanted to clean it because I had no water attunement up already. So I used a cantrip because of this condition. And this is something I didn't want to do because I wasted my cantrips just to clean one condition, and that was it's pretty much my own mindset. I see this condition, I want to remove it, and I use my cantrip though, and just you can go for it, but I personally just don't like it, so I use Cleansing Wave instead. So the next thing is many people go 2 in Earth Magic instead of 2 in Air Magic. They use Stone Splitters because of the 10% damage increase if you're in 600 range or less. So as a double dagger, you of course are most of the time in 600 range. That means permanent 10% damage increase. But I also personally don't like it because you are working with boons. Like you get damage increase of boons, and you get regeneration, you get fury, you get whatever because of all those boons. And in Air Magic you have Siphi's boon. That means if you activate an aura and you have 2 of them, Shocking and Frost aura, you get Fury and Swiftness. Now we already gain Fury by swapping elements, but it's pretty hard to have permanent Fury up only because of swapping between those elements. So this is a guaranteed permanent Fury in fight. And also it grants you Swiftness, what is good for roaming because it gets you more mobility. So you get 13 seconds of swiftness because of using Frost Aura and Shocking Aura. So this is pretty much the trait setup. Now let's have a look at my armor. So I'm using Celestial Head Armor, I'm using Celestial Hand Armor, I'm using Celestial Leg Armor and Celestial Foot Armor. Chest armor is set on Soldier and my shoulders are on Knight. The daggers I'm using are on Berserker and Soldier as well. My backpiece is Soldier and one ring is set on Cavalier. Cavalier, I'm not sure how to pronounce it in German, it's Cavalier, so I assume it's also Cavalier in English. And the other ring and amulet and the two accessories are also on Knight. So if you notice, this is pretty defensive. Like, I have Soldier gear, I have Knight gear, I have Cavalier, I have one Berserker only, and Celestial is also all set, so it's not too offensive. I use that because as an ally, as a double dagger ally, you are on melee range all the time. That means you get hit by everything. Every thief can hit you, every warrior can hit you, every guardian can hit you. You cannot outrange them like a Mesmer can do or a ranger can do. So you need sustain, you need armor. You need to be able to get hit and don't die instantly. So I tried some gear combinations where I got a bit more power but less armor and less vitality, and it didn't work out too good, because if I get a backstab, it's already over. I'm on half health or lower, and they hard seeker me down then. With almost 2.7k armor, you are able to sustain this damage, to be able to take damage and not die instantly. And you want to have that since you are in melee range. Now you lose much power if you're not going Berserker, especially if you're using Celestial gear. You lose power, you lose precision, you lose critical damage, but that is not too bad, because you are might stacking. As a double dagger ally, you keep might stacking all the time, and Rune of Strength I'm using helps you with that. It increases your might duration by 45%. That means an overall might duration by 75%, because you already have 30% boon duration increase because of your 6 points in Arcana. So 75% more might duration means you are able to stack might all the time. Like within the first 10 seconds of a fight, I can stack around 12 to 15 stacks of might, and that means you have, I don't know, 2.4k power or something. You have Fury up because of your swapping between the elements and your Ciphis boon trait. So that means you have 50% critical hit chance. So that means every second hit is like 172% critical damage, and that is a lot. So if you increase your might stacks, that not only increases your power, it also increases your condition damage. So you're using conditions as well, bleeding, burning, and that is also a big bonus damage. Especially like Drake's Breath is doing so much burning damage, it's incredible. And so Rune of Strength is really the best choice here. It gives you might all the time, what you want to have to be able to burst people down. Since you are so tanky, you lost so much power, but you get it back because of Rune of Strength and your constant might stacking. With the might stacking, Sigil of Battle helps you as well a lot. You're constantly swapping your elements, means every 9 seconds you are always getting 3 stacks of might for 35 seconds. Because it's increased by 75%. That means not only 20 seconds, it's actually 15 seconds more. That means 35 seconds. That means you can stack around 9 to 12 stacks of might only because it's Sigil of Battle. Now you have some combos in your weapon skills that you can use. for my stacking as well, but only because of this sigil you get and this rune, like the synergy is incredible here, and you get so much might, so much more power. And yeah, that is pretty much the gear. I mean, yeah, okay, I'm using Sigil of Fire. That's an extra AoE damage increase, and it almost every time triggers the cooldown is gone. If you every 5 seconds you have a flame blast. That's pretty much how you can say it. So the utilities I'm using are Healing Signet, Mist Form, Lightning Flash, Armor of Earth, and my elite skill is Conjure Fiery Greatsword. Now the Healing Signet is pretty strong, especially on a double dagger ally. You are non-stop casting. That means you are non-stop getting 241 health per cast. So if you're on air magic, you cast Lightning Whip non-stop, and every 0.5 seconds you get 241 health. That is pretty strong. You don't want to activate it, just leave it passive and try to heal yourself through the casting. And yeah, I'm using Mist Form because for roaming situations it's the easiest one. You have a safe stomp, you can use it to res a teammate, you can use it for getting away. If you are immobilized or CC'd, you can use it as a stun break or just to be safe to not get bursted down. It's for roaming, it's the best choice actually. You could swap it out for Arcane Shield, but you don't have a 60-second cooldown because we traded that our cantrips recharge is reduced. So we have a 60-second cooldown on Mist Form. The Lightning Flash one is very important. It's also you can use it to get away from your enemy. You can use it in combination with, for example, Burning Speed. That does a ton of damage. You can use it in many combinations. It's also cantrip, so the recharge is reduced as well. So your only stability you're using is Armor of Earth. It also gets you protection and is a stun break. So you got 2 stun breaks here, Armor of Earth and Mist Form, and you can use it for stability and safe stomping, breaking out of stun, whatever. Now the elite skill I'm using is the Fiery Greatsword. I swapped that out on PvP for the Glyph of Elementals or for 1v1s or something. But for roaming, this is most of the time the better choice. You don't want to use it to attack your enemy. You want to use that to get away from a fight. So let's say you're fighting and you see 3 or 4 more people coming at you and you're getting outnumbered. So you conjure your Fiery Greatsword and you instantly go away, like with number 3 and 4. Only warriors can catch up to you. It's pretty much it. Warriors and thieves maybe, but the rest is too slow. You can just constant run away with it. Then you have your Lightning Flash. You can use that to get away, and this is pretty much the your getaway thing. If you're getting outnumbered, you conjure your Fiery Greatsword, and it's alright. So yeah, many people think Aether Renewal is a better choice because of the Condi cleans. Yes, it is an insane Condi clean, but if you don't have any stability, you get interrupted with that, so your Condi clean is gone, your healing is gone. And you will need to activate that even though you have no conditions, because you don't have the healing from the Signet. And that is a big advantage if you use that. You don't need to activate your healing skill. You can just cast and heal yourself through casting. Like, go away with that and you get healing non-stop by just casting. Just keep casting. Auras, instant heal, and everything is just healing you. Like, even your auto attack is healing you. And that is so good. So I tried it, but the Aether Renewal is not that good, because experienced PvP players, they will interrupt you when you have that. If a thief is at you and you have Armor Earth, you have stability, and you're using Aether Renewal, he just steals you and you have no protection, no stability, and you're interrupted on your heal, so you're pretty much done. That's the big disadvantage of Aether Renewal. So I'm using Healing Signet myself, and I recommend you using it as well. That's the only thing I can say to that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the utilities. So overall, if you take a look back, we have a lot of armor. We have decent health, decent power, decent critical hit chance, decent critical damage. We got our Mist form, and we got our Condi cleans through the trade setup. That means we can clean around 2 conditions every, or 3 conditions every 9 to 10 seconds, actually, by swapping to water and doing a dodge roll. So we are able to sustain direct damage, and we are able to remove conditions. That is what you will get as enemies in World v World. In World v World, everyone is running around. There are Berserker warrior thieves running around, even Berserker Engies are running around. There are Necros, there are Condition Engies, whatever. You can meet everything in World v World, and that is what you have now. You have kind of an all-rounder build to deal with them all, and that is the big advantage of the Celestial Ally and being tanky, having the right trade setup, and using your boons in the right moment. And yeah. So I forgot about the food I was using. I'm using hardened sharpening stones and plates of steak and asparagus. I'm using that because I'm already so tanky, so I can increase my power and precision a bit because of that. That's pretty much all I can say about that. There might be better choices, but I'm fine with that. So yeah, now I want to show you some combinations and might stacking combinations or whatever you want to do in a fight. Of course, it's always a different thing to fight an enemy that is actually like a real life person fighting you and not an NPC or like PvE Coyote. And but I can show you right here. Like most of the time I open by using Lightning Flash to catch up to them, to not, like a ranger cannot hit me so hard. It's a fast, like you can get really fast to your enemy with that. And after that, what you don't want to do is instantly knock down your enemy with updraft, because if they see you coming at them with Ride the Lightning, they pretty much every time dodge after that. So you want to wait for that one dodge, and after that you can use updraft. You should activate Shocking Aura as well. So I can show you like a combination I am most of the time doing. I ride to them with the lightning, then they dodge, and then I updraft, switch to fire, burning speed, and boom, they are dead. So what I did there is I catch up to them by using Ride the Lightning. Then I use my Shocking Aura, wait for the dodge, and use Updraft after to knock them down. So I have a distance to them again and can use Burning Speed, what is my main damage output. So I use Drake's Breath next, and because they are burning, I can use Fire Grab now to do insane damage to them. Now I use Ring of Fire to do extra damage and use the combo field Blast Finisher from my Water attunement. Now, this was just one example of how I like to open a fight, but of course your enemies will be different. Of course your enemies will react different. They might have a stun break, so you cannot land your burning speed proper. But it's just a matter of practice actually. There are many more combinations you can do. Like the one I was showing there was the Ring of Fire, Blast Finisher here, and you can also swap to Earth. And this only works in fight, but if you have your Ring of Fire laying over here and you are on Earth attunement and you are in fight, you can dodge into it and make another Blast Finisher, what gives you extra 3 stacks of might. And you can use your Earthquake, what is also a Blast Finisher, to get more stacks of might. So you don't want to use that in a 1v1 or outnumbered situations, because it's almost more than a 3-second cast time, so enemies will interrupt you or dodge it or whatever. It's not too good for 1v1 or 2v1 situation. But it's also a blast finish, so you could use it for might stacking in the theory. So only because of the combo field using, you can stack up to 9, maybe even 12 stacks of might. Like this, then water, dodge into it, another 3 stacks, earthquake, and this. And that would be 12 stacks of might, just because of using those. Then you are in fight, and your sigil of battle triggers, that gives you more stacks of might. So you have 12 to 15 stacks instantly in your first opening. And yeah, that's pretty much the combination you should always use or try to use to get more might and hit even harder. So yeah, I think this is the end. If you have any questions left I didn't answer in this tutorial or guide, just leave a comment. I will answer every question you have. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching. Bye.